You ever been on one of those late night drives so tired that the road just starts to look the same? Like you're seeing the same tree over and over again? Well, what if it wasn't just you being tired? Today we're going to unpack the Chhalava, a truly terrifying entity from Indian folklore. And we're going to do it by looking at a college trip that went horribly, horribly wrong.
It all kicked off with this one single warning. Just picture it. You're on a bus, it's pitch black outside, and some lone biker pulls up and says this to you. Don't you know people always get deceived on this road? I mean, talk about an unsettling way to start a night.
All right, so let's set the scene properly. You've got a bus, it's packed with totally wiped out college students and their teachers. They're on their way home after a long trip, and they're driving through this super remote, dense forest in the middle of the night. You know the vibe, everyone's either passed out or just about to be. So they stop for a quick break, and that's when this local guy on a bike shows up out of nowhere, delivering that really strange warning about something he calls a Chhalava. The teachers, of course, just kind of brush him off. But that word, it just hangs in the air. Chhalava. In Hindi, it means deception, or much more terrifyingly, a chalala. So they get back on the bus, but now nobody can really settle down. The biker's words have sparked this really nervous conversation. The students are suddenly wide awake, and they've got questions. What is this thing he was trying to warn them about?
Well, a Chhalava is basically an illusionist ghost. According to the folklore, these are the restless spirits of people who died in some tragic way while traveling at night. And now, their whole purpose, their entire existence, is to trap other nighttime travelers so they can never ever reach their destination.
And this warning just kicks off a huge debate right there on the bus. The teachers are arguing, look, it's just a superstition, a folk tale to explain why tired drivers get lost. But one of the students, a guy named Shyam, he's adamant. He insists they're real, and that some of them are absolutely deadly. He says their power comes from the traveler's own exhaustion and fear. The more scared and tired you get, the stronger the Chhalava becomes.
As they keep driving, that whole debate becomes terrifyingly real. The bus passes a closed-down tea stall on the side of the road. Okay, fine. But then, a few miles later, they pass the exact same tea stall. Then they see a very distinct overturned truck. And then, believe it or not, the tea stall again. They're caught.
The trap is laid bare. It's a perfect, maddening loop. They drive through the forest, see the tea stall and the truck, and then the forest opens up into this barren, empty wasteland, only for the road to lead them right back into the same exact stretch of forest to start the whole thing over. There's no turnoff, no escape. The Chhalava's got them.
But here's the thing. This entity doesn't just mess with your sense of direction. It gets inside your head. It conjures a full-blown illusion of one of the teacher's hometowns. It uses a vision of his dead family to just overwhelm him with grief and guilt, and it actually drives him to take his own life, right there in front of everyone.
After they barely escape that horrifying illusionary village, the survivors are completely in shock. And that's when Shyam drops another bombshell. He reveals the chilling truth. This isn't just any Chhalava. What they're dealing with is something much, much worse.
And this is the real turning point. This is the question that changes everything. I mean, what could possibly be more dangerous than a ghost that can create an entire village out of thin air and psychologically torture a man to death?
The answer? The Amavas Chhalava. Amavas literally means new moon. This is a special, way more powerful version that only comes out to hunt on the absolute darkest of nights. And its methods, they are way more twisted.
Its strategy is just brilliant and absolutely terrifying. It doesn't attack from the outside. No, it gets inside. It zeroes in on the weakest person in the group, kills them with pure fright, and then it possesses their body. The monster is now on the bus with them, pretending to be their friend, and its goal is to manipulate them into turning on each other. With this one horrifying piece of information, everything changes. The survivors are no longer a team trying to escape. They are now a group of suspects. Who among them is already dead? Who is the predator hiding in plain sight? And just like that, paranoia explodes. Shyam immediately points the finger at another student, Shrikant, saying he saw a shadow move near him when they'd stopped earlier. But Shrikant's uncle fires right back, pointing out that, hey, Shyam was also alone, and more importantly, how does he seem to know so much about how these creatures work? The group just shatters. The Chhalava's plan is working perfectly.
From there, the accusations just spiral into violence. In a complete frenzy of fear and suspicion, friends turn on friends. People die. And as the bus becomes a scene of utter carnage, the true predator finally decides to reveal itself.
After manipulating Shrikant into killing his own uncle, making him believe he was the monster, Shyam just turns to him, his eyes glowing this blood red, and with his horrifying little smile, he says, "But I am the Chhalava."
And then the creature just confesses everything. It took over the real Shyam's body right at the very beginning of the trip. Every bit of information, every single accusation, every helpful suggestion, it was all a calculated move to breed fear and paranoia, to get the humans to tear each other apart for it.
But just as the creature is gloating, thinking it's won, the trap springs. Shrikant reveals he already figured it out. He'd seen Shyam crack a smile while their friends were dying. But the real key, the final nail in the coffin, was a simple, stupid lie. To get control of the bus, the possessed Shyam claimed his uncle owned a travel agency. Shrikant knew for a fact the real Shyam's uncle ran a little street food cart right outside their college.
And this, right here, is the ultimate takeaway. The Chhalava, this being of immense psychological power, was brought down by a single, undeniable, real-world fact. Its illusions, its fear-mongering, its entire web of deception just crumbled in the face of simple, clear-headed logic.
So it leaves us with this really fascinating question, right? A creature like the Chhalava feeds on our fear and confusion. It twists our emotions into weapons against us. But this story suggests that maybe, when we're faced with the truly unbelievable, our most powerful weapon isn't superstition or panic. It's just our ability to think clearly.